Hello and welcome to the Big Bang Theory podcast. My name's John. I'm here with my friend and colleague Dan.
Hello.
Hi, it's the last pod before the season starts, Dan.
Yeah, what we calling this?
Post pre-season, pre-first match chat.
Okay, right.
That clear?
Pithy. Yeah.
What would you call it?
Oh, I don't know. Because we already called the last one the preview, didn't we?
Yeah.
This is just a normal thing.
You know more than one preview.
Okay.
Person's got two eyes.
Most people. Yeah.
That's right, not all. Sadly. Gordon Banks.
Have you ever had a footballer? Yeah, I know there's been footballers. It's Gordon Banks. He had one eye or one working eye.
You mean one eye, glass eye.
Right.
Yeah.
And then obviously, who was it? David Blunkett or something? Was he? No, it wasn't him.
I think Blunkett was entirely blind and not a footballer.
Yeah. Who's the one who had one eye?
Gordon Banks.
No, but there's another person other than him in the history of the world.
Don't know. Who? A footballer?
Robin. What was that politician called? Robin something.
Robin Smith? No, Robin, the ginger fella.
Yeah.
Cook.
Robin Cook. Did he have one eye?
I don't think so. Gordon Brown's got one eye. Is that what you're thinking of?
Maybe.
Gordon Brown lost his eye in a rugby. Got a knee in the eye. That's horrendous.
I mean, you get what you deserve.
He was like 18.
Why is he playing rugby?
Yeah, I see your point. Yeah. Play rugby, get a knee in the eye.
Yeah. I mean, whatever.
Play football, please.
Don't do it. Yeah, so who's got one eye?
Gordon Banks.
Yes.
And anyone who's just done one preview. Well, everyone with two eyes has got the opportunity.
If anyone's listening to this has got only got one eye,
yeah,
drop us an email and we'll send you a bit of merch. Send you some stickers.
Will we?
Yeah.
All right.
I used to.
What about anyone with any kind of
when I was at school?
missing?
There's this maybe some people will know him because he's a local lad, but there's a lad called, and he was the kind of classic school naughty boy, right? And his name was perfect. Literally, that's something out the Bash Street Kids. His name was Kenneth Bones.
Yeah,
right?
that's good, isn't it?
Don't know if anyone knows Kenneth Bones. If you're listening, Ken, how you doing? Haven't seen you for 30 years. He had an eye. He lost an eye in an air rifle accident.
Oh my God!
And had a glass eye, which he could have.
As a boy.
Yeah.
Oh.
And he'd sort of pop it out every now and then.
Yeah. Well, you're going to, aren't you?
Yeah.
If it's an option.
Freak out the squares.
Yeah, exactly that, yeah. All right, well, good. We're on to all the interesting business. Anyway, I got my first visit to St James Park, my first summer football action.
Yeah, I didn't go. You went to the friendly match against Coventry City.
I sat down in the Stansfield as like a holiday, you know.
Which one's that?
The new one.
Oh, yeah.
Because, well, my kids wanted to come. You know, they don't come a lot. They're not up for standing up all the time. And also I thought, yeah, it's a holiday. I'll sit down. So I sat down. Very pleasant. Sat quite high up.
A lot of people there.
Yeah, 5,000 plus. Coventry sold out.
Did they?
Yeah.
Wow.
Fair play. I mean, a big club, aren't they? As we all remember from Wembley.
Yeah, but still, to travel for a friendly against a lower league team.
Good to see, you know, nice quality opposition. Ellis Sims was playing for them. Remember him?
No.
He was at Everton last year.
Was Peter and Love playing?
No.
I remember
he's
him.
retired.
Okay.
Grizovic also retired.
Oh, yeah.
Ellis Sims, I think they paid 11 million for
John
him.
Solarco?
No, also retired. 11 million.
Wow.
I mean, it goes to show you can shell out the cash and not necessarily get the player you're hoping for, because he did not look up to speed.
Right, okay, yeah. I mean, you know, it wasn't that long ago that we were playing them in the League 2 playoff final.
Same manager, of course, Mark Robbins, still there.
Is it? Still him? Right.
He's done an excellent job.
Yeah, fair enough.
Man U, wasn't he? Norwich.
Is it that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Anyway, City, saw lots of new signings. So before the game, Zach Jules had signed.
Yeah, so he's come in from MK Dons.
We paid for him.
We paid some for him, but I can't imagine it's very much because it's only a 1-year deal.
Yes.
Quite strange to do that.
Presumably it was to cover costs or whatever, don't you think?
Yeah, I'm sure. Because you'd think if you pay a fee, it'd be a longer contract than that, but maybe it's just literally just, you know, some arbitrary kind of...
Probably a bit of negotiating, and MK were like, this will go a lot quicker if you give us 10 grand kind of thing, I expect.
Maybe.
Anyway,
yeah, so he's like he's 26. He's a left-footed defender.
Yeah.
Centre back.
Big.
Bit of left back maybe.
Big
boy,
in every
is he?
sense. Yeah, yeah. Well, absolute whopper.
Okay.
Because we looked quite little. He didn't start. So we started with Sinisalo in goal, Sweeney, Ameson, Hartridge across the back. Mitchell and Rankin, wing backs. Trevitt and Carroll were sitting quite deep as defensive midfielders, with Scott and Aitchison in front of them, and then Nombe up top.
So Caldwell's gone for, in this case, the old, like the kind of the modern trend, basically, isn't it? That it's the double pivot. It's the box.
Double pivot.
It's the box midfield.
That's right. But little, we looked small. Like apart from Ameson and Hartridge, Nombe may be the biggest.
Not really any tall people in there, is there? No. Really, just generally.
I'm like nice in that, like it's a different kind of play, isn't it? A different kind of player. They looked little and agile, all four of those midfielders. But then when Jules came on, you're like, oh, he's the big lad.
Yeah.
Like towered over Ameson, and big, solid.
Taller than Flack?
Couldn't say. I'd need a.
I'd like to see him standing side by side.
I would like to see him standing side by side. Presumably Flack's now bent double from years labouring.
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Labouring in the box and labouring on the site.
Yeah, and labouring a point.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, certainly on Twitter. He must Flack attack a lot on Twitter, doesn't he?
Is he still active on there, is he?
I mean, I don't know. I haven't been on there in a while.
Okay.
Anyway, that was the lineup. And do you know
Caroline Flack, his wife.
Don't think they're related. We looked lively. Took a while to get going.
Well, like I said, didn't go. The overwhelming kind of... we lost the game 2-1.
Yeah.
The overwhelming kind of opinion seemed to be that we played really well, and everyone suddenly is like all chipper again about our possibilities.
Shall I give my highlights?
Yeah, go on.
Keeper looked good.
Okay, yeah. People were especially not happy about him.
Beforehand, you mean?
Yeah.
He looked excellent. Lots of good saves. I thought...
Vils. Are we calling him Vils?
Yeah, sure. I thought the three new midfielders, all of them looked good. Carroll, obviously classy. Trevitt, very energetic. Aitchison was running back like nobody's business. You know, he's the attacking midfielder, tracking back to the edge of the box, everything. Scott, I think actually that position could work well for him, holding up. Again, he's quite solid, isn't he?
Well, again, people seem to be quite impressed with him, which you haven't heard a lot of in this sort of time he's been here.
So I think maybe him and Aitchison could be a good pairing with Nombe up top. You're still thinking, like, is Nombe going to get enough service to score goals? Maybe he doesn't need to be scoring as many goals if it creates space for them to. We'll wait and see. My absolute standout highlight, though, Dan, Kyle Taylor coming onto the pitch.
Yeah.
Not just because it's great to see him back. He looked brilliant. Yeah,
again, that's what overwhelming opinion seemed to be.
Absolutely flying.
I mean, yeah, he was always a bit like... Well, he signed when we were in League Two, didn't we?
Yeah.
And he got injured just before the end of the season, sort of thing, or towards the end of that promotion season, didn't he?
Got a couple of goals, didn't he? Just coming
no,
into his
one.
own. Was it just
it was one on the game that he got injured.
Oh, that's right.
But he always obviously came from Bournemouth, kind of, didn't he? And I think he always... Possibly there's the old thing people say about, he might be better suited to League One kind of thing. You mean, or, you know, less of a League Two kind of clogger, kind of a bit more of a kind of like, you know, a bit of a flary kind of more lightweight midfielder. But maybe that would be the thing. So he's been out for 16 months.
Good grief.
With this absolutely
ACL, right?
Yeah, ruined knee. And then
bad knee. But it did improve his social media feeds.
Yeah, I think he's pretty good on that already.
Was he?
Yeah.
Upped his game.
Yeah.
Even further. Anyway, what we looked like on that impression, we looked like a classy attacking team. Like, it looks like there's no... Like, you might say we're a bit lightweight, and I'd imagine we'll come up against some teams and be kind of bullied a bit.
Were we trying to work it through the middle, or were we trying to work it down onto those wing-backs?
Bit of both. I mean, those wing-backs are both... super speedy, aren't they?
Yeah.
Harper came on as well. Vince Harper I think he came on for Rankin. And
he would have come
he came on for Mitchell. Sorry, he did. And then scored this unlikely goal.
It was a cross, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he also looks like he's got pace about him. I think there are a few attempts, I don't know if it's quite worked out yet, where Carroll, Aitchison, Trevitt are looking to play the diagonal ball to the wing. So, previously we'd trot forward a bit and then play in the winger, and it'd have to do quite a long, see Caprice or Key have to make up 60 yards. There was kind of less of that on first impression and more like, we'll play it there and you head that way,
Okay.
So, some working, some not.
I'm really looking forward to seeing it.
It was very heartening, as everyone's suggested across the board, really. Yeah, loved it.
Yeah, and so, who else? We obviously made quite a few other changes.
Oh yeah, Reece Cole.
We saw a bit of Reece Cole. People seem happy with him as well.
Well, finally, it looks like we've got someone who will go for it with corners and free kicks.
Can do the set piece stuff.
Can do the set piece.
And what about other than that?
I didn't. He looked fine. He looked maybe not quite up to the standard of Trevitt and Aitchison.
Okay.
Maybe. Hard to say. I mean, he's come up and down a bit, hasn't he? So
mostly down.
Up
is back. Is the only up is coming to us from. I never know what they're called. Yeading,
I think.
Yeading.
Like Reading, but with a Y.
I hate that. It's like Utoxeter.
Of course, one of our friends famously saw the sign for Utoxeter, UTTOXEETER, and said, look, Uto-Exeter.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I mean, I like his Exeter bias, but Utoxeter.
Yeah, totally, yeah.
Anyway, the other player was Jules. I think Hartridge is going to be worried.
Yeah, well, that's the obvious straight swap, isn't it?
Yeah.
Him being another left-sided centre back.
Yeah. When Hartridge is good, he's
I suppose
great.
there's the option of him playing in the middle as well, and then people seem to suggest sometimes that Aimson could do the right side.
Yeah.
Although I've not seen, I can't remember much evidence for him being particularly good on the ball.
No.
Like Sweeney is. Do you know what I mean? Like Sweeney, obviously, well, just signed a new contract.
Yeah, yeah.
Obviously, it has his shortcomings, but is very good on the ball and good passer. Good positionally. Maybe doesn't have the speed, but is good positionally, and obviously is very influential on the pitch. He's kind of like, I mean, he for me, he's kind of more of a kind of captain in the traditional sense. While when he's on the pitch than Aimson is, he seems to be doing more of the kind of bollocking of people, anyway.
Yeah.
But maybe Aimson could do that. I don't know. And
it feels like
there's some options for calibrating that centre back defence, and obviously there's Czech as well. So
Czech. That's right. It feels like the two side centre backs are given licence to push forward a bit when they got the ball.
Well, yes,
as we've seen,
and also presumably they've got to cover that. They've got to cover the left, the wing backs if they're going too far forward.
Yes.
So,
but we saw a few times Hartridge, Jules, and Sweeney pick it up and run with it. Yeah. Anyway, it was very heartening and makes me excited for the season.
Yeah. And let me ask you this: what were they wearing?
Good question, Dan. They were wearing the new third kit.
Yeah.
Lovely. Black. Sponsored by the Trust.
Yeah, so there's no hell on this.
No.
It's got the Trust.
Yeah. Saved from hell.
Pretty standard V-neck, black.
Yeah.
White Adidas stripes on it.
Yeah.
Bit of a kind of pattern, isn't there? A kind of Tron-looking ass.
That's right.
Thing on there.
Very nice.
And then it says the Trust, and then underneath it says, "We own our football club."
Yeah.
That's the only bit I don't like. I'm not against it as a slogan.
Yeah.
I just don't know about the kind of like handwriting-y bit underneath. I preferred it just said the Trust in the box. But nitpicking, really, because it's a nice kit. And then the other thing, and then red shorts. Black socks. Should have gone full black, if you ask me. Really should have done.
I thought it looked nice.
I always think black and red is kind of like, it's not that good a colour combination. I think it's one people always go like, "Oh, it's so cool, black and red, Green Day," like, or whatever. But I don't think it is cool. I think it looks actually a bit bad.
You're thinking more Avril Lavigne.
I know the other way around. Like, our kit is kind of black and red, but it's different with the red and white stripes. Yeah, it's a bit like kind of like teenage
Rebellion.
emo,
Yeah.
My Chem, Avril Lavigne, Green Day kind of look.
Yeah. Okay.
You know?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
I
thought
feel like
it
you
looked very
should
nice.
have like a black dyed sort of fringe and then a kind of lip ring at the side and like eyeliner on. And I can't see any of our players.
Although I will
looking
say,
like that.
Aitchison and Carroll could go emo
Yeah, okay.
if
yeah.
they were so inclined.
If you saw Tom Carroll, definitely is the sort of guy where if he wasn't a professional footballer, if you looked back to like the beginning, scroll right down to the beginning of his Facebook, back to like 2007 when he was like a young fella, say he's like 16 or so, he's a bit of an emo. He's not like full on king of the emos, but he's having a go, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like he's like that. Obviously, he's a footballer, so they're not allowed to do any of that. You know, even when you're a kid, you just get absolutely. I imagine, you know, you just get
Taking down the barbers.
Yeah, you just wouldn't get away with it. But in a different lifetime, Tom Carroll definitely could have been an emo.
Yeah.
And Jack Aitchison, I don't know what he looks like yet. So
they look quite similar.
Like I've seen a photo of him because when he signed, but I can't remember. I know he's a kind of nondescript white man with mousy brown hair.
Yeah.
But that's also describing me and you, so
True. Yeah, so that was the look. Like I saw a lot of people wearing the shirts. They were selling them at the ground on the day.
Yeah.
And they absolutely flew out. So I think they've already sold out of some sizes. And
we've sold over 2,000 shirts, haven't they?
Yes,
since
of the 3.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I don't know if that's good or not. Absolutely no frame of reference.
July this year is better than the previous 3 Julys combined in terms of shirt sales.
Okay. Well, it goes to show, doesn't it, that if you have a nice kit that people have heard of.
Yeah.
I mean, Joma, crap, innit? We can say it now because it's. I mean, they still make some kits for some big teams or whatnot, but like, it's not as good as. It's not as good.
The thing about Joma was
you wouldn't wear Joma stuff.
No.
Like if it was nothing to do with like your
wouldn't.
football team, you wouldn't go into a shop and just go like, "Oh, that's a nice sort of like jacket.
Yeah.
I'll buy that. It's just a Joma jacket, nothing not to do with football. But you would if it was an Adidas one.
Well, we're all wearing Adidas all the time, aren't we? And the
well,
Joma,
a pair of Adidas shoes
got a pair of Adidas
right
shoes
now.
On? No, I haven't.
No, come on. I thought this year we were going to go full
Adidas.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we need to get with the program. But Joma were just weird shapes, weren't they? So I'm not a football shirt out and about kind of person, and neither are you. Lots of people are though, and those ones were just a weird shape. So if you weren't Kyle Taylor, you probably looked a bit weird in it. And
right.
We're not selling these shirts for people to play football in. We're selling them for people to wear around town, aren't we? Basically.
Do they have like? Is there 2 types? Is there the old like stadium fit?
No, I don't know about that for Adidas, but the Joma ones were like they cut in at the bottom, so they were basically like slimline.
Yeah.
Which is fine if you're Nombe. It's not fine if you're anyone else. So it never makes sense.
Accentuating the big gut, in it probably.
Well, it's accentuating the small gut. Everyone looked a bit weird.
Yeah.
And if you're a standard person, which we all are, it's never going to work. Whereas Adidas, everyone in the world wears a Manchester United shirt all the time, and this is the same. This is now the same. So it just helps, doesn't it?
Bit more wearable, you reckon?
Entirely more wearable.
Mm.
Yeah. So there you go. That was Saturday, and it was a lovely day. The atmosphere was great, and you know what? I miss friendlies. Like I'm a non-confrontational kind of person, where there's just 2 sets of supporters who are just like, oh hello, you know. Just,
oh, you like that, do you?
Well, not
You'd like
normally.
to see us all mixed in together like the rugby.
No. Of course not. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. But I do think it's mad when some tiny team from the other end of the country turns up and we're all supposed to hate each other instantly.
Yeah, I mean, I think that comes from like kind of genuine rivalries within football, which is totally fair enough, and that actually makes matches. You know, when you've got a real.
Agree with
and
that.
I'm all right with like tenuous ones as well. You know, if we want to kind of pretend a bit that Bristol Rovers is a bit of a derby,
I'm fine with that.
Then that's okay. But yeah, I get it when you're kind of like when it's say.
There's 30 people that have turned up.
Burton. I mean, different with Burton this time
if
round.
30 people turn up from Morecambe.
Yeah, it's Morecambe. Even if it's loads of them, it's sort of, and then it's sort of like, and then it's kind of like, I don't mind a bit of it, and if it's in context of the game or something happened within the game, but just to be kind of making out like we're kind of like enemies with like some random team.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I get what you're saying.
So what I mean is, we haven't had a friendly at St James Park in a really long time, have we? And so I was just reminded, like, oh, summer friendlies are quite nice things.
Oh yeah, we haven't really had that one, have
No.
we?
And I enjoyed like thinking like, oh, these are good players. And when was the last time? Because there's the fear, isn't there, when Liverpool turn up in the cup, we're going to get absolutely battered. So I'm enjoying watching Suarez or whatever, but I'm also like, oh, don't let this be embarrassing. Whereas this was just, I get to enjoy Exeter City at St James Park, the place I like the best, and watch an interesting footballer from another place.
Somewhere just perfect.
Somewhere just perfect. And think like, oh, that's interesting. And that's weird because they paid 11 million for him and he's rubbish. But I don't feel like I got to have a go at him. I can just kind of enjoy it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just a different thing to normal football there, and I just appreciate it.
We've never talked about that before, have we? Somewhere just perfect.
No, I'm not sold on it.
No, obviously not.
Crowbarring.
Who's written that? Enid Blyton.
No, I don't think so.
It just sounds like, oh, somewhere just perfect. You know, like it's like, what is this?
Fact about Enid Blyton for you: she would start writing books without knowing what they were going to finish with.
Yeah, she had a remark. That was her thing, wasn't it? She just
That
like,
thing.
obviously they tell you, you know, you got to do, you know, structure your story, whatever.
Not Enid.
Not Blyton.
No way.
Just straight into the first page. You know, once upon a time, there was and then she just literally
Look around.
just making it up. I don't know, dog called Tim.
Yeah.
Is that the dog's name?
Yeah.
Tim. 5 of them probably. Where are they going? Smuggler's Top.
Yeah. What is Smuggler's Top?
I
I thought it was one of those big jumpers you could
top,
stick.
I
Like...
believe, is like a little like tower or something, isn't it? On top of a hill.
Okay.
Maybe one of our more, maybe one of our listeners who's a bit more au fait with the ins and outs of Enid Blyton novels could tell us.
I just thought it was a jumper you'd stick, like, you know, a PlayStation up.
Oh, like like a top. Yeah, like all the smugglers are all wearing this certain type of top.
Because
Yeah,
it's full of gold bullion.
North Face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
No. Okay.
Oh, right. Somewhere
so,
just perfect, yeah.
So that's that.
So that's that.
Should we come on to some other stuff?
Let's come on to some other stuff after this. Welcome back to the Big Bang Theory podcast. Don't forget, the season hasn't started yet, so you can still enter our predictions competition. Enter via Twitter or email, or you can message us on Facebook, or even the X-Web specially crafted area for entering.
Yeah, that's where we've had the most kind of entrance, isn't it? Actually, on X-Web.
Yeah.
And a few via email. Hasn't really taken off on Twitter yet, or shall we say X.com?
Yeah, it's good of Elon Musk to get on board with Exeter City.
No one really biting on there, but I just like I'm not going to go over it again. Just can't really be asked with Twitter.
You've mentioned
Hate
that.
it. But I still will read it if you want to do it that way.
Good of you. I'll give you the categories. We haven't entered yet, of course, as well, either.
Oh yeah, of course. Got to remember to do that. What happens if we win? Nothing.
We have to give it to second placed.
Yeah, but we'll still go on about it.
What if
what it means is we can go like, I won. I can say that I won it.
Yeah, well done. I'll say well done to you.
But then I won't actually get the prize. Right?
No, we'll say second place.
I'll just keep the money that I would have spent on the prize.
Yes,
Wouldn't even
fair
bother
enough.
having it.
Shall I give you the categories? You can start to think about them.
Yeah, sorry, yeah.
So, number 1, what will City's final league position be? Number 2, who will win League 1? Could be the same. Number 3, who's the City official player of the season? And who's the top scorer? That's number 4. Number 5, who makes the most assists? What's the surprise occurrence? By the way, some of your surprise occurrences are absolutely awful. Surprise occurrence. Nombe signs another year. It was not a surprise, is it? That's just a thing that happens at
My
football
favourite
club.
one is the person who just left it blank. Like, I'd just purely...
I just can't imagine.
Like, but just like, I feel like that's just like this... I'm discounting this because it's like not... It's too subjective for me to worry about.
Yeah.
I just want to win. And you don't even know what the prize is. Do you mean?
And honestly, if you
It'll
make a
probably
good surprise
be
occurrence...
so shit, the prize, that you won't even... Doesn't even matter. And also, yeah, it might swing it. Last year, pretty sure the guy won because he said Matt Taylor will leave.
Yes.
And that might have swung... I think that swung it for him.
Yeah. So have a go and don't be adventurous.
Yeah. Is that all the categories?
No, sorry. And then breakthrough player, that's our decision. and then most.
Is it though? Because last year we went again with Young Player of the Year, didn't we?
Oh, we did. You're right. Oh, yeah. So that's the Young Player of the Year, breakthrough player, and then most red cards, which is currently being led the way by. That's right, Gary Caldwell. Oh no, he got a yellow, didn't he?
No, Sweeney.
What do you mean? Sweeney didn't have one yet.
Yeah, he got a red card in that friendly
Oh, he
against
did.
Torquay.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Does that count?
No, we're only counting it from the league.
No, but does it count? Is he suspended?
No, because it's friendly.
Yeah, but because it's violent conduct, I'm not sure. I think it possible.
Well, he played in the last friendly. Surely, if you get one in a friendly, it loses you a friendly spot.
I don't know. Yeah.
I don't think it will count.
Okay.
Most red cards. Yeah, so Caldwell managed to get a yellow on Saturday.
Good.
Having to go at the ref.
Glad he's taking it seriously.
He was. Unlike the ref, it was terrible. He was terrible.
Well, they're bad enough in the real matches, aren't they?
Yeah,
Let
apparently
alone
this
for a
fellow was from
friendly.
Plymouth.
Well, it makes sense to have somebody local. What's the point travelling like miles down just to ref a match, a friendly between Exeter City and Coventry?
All about the Wonga, surely. You'd think, yeah, nice little earner.
Yeah, but it's not up to them, is it? The FA would just go like, who's closest?
Oh, will
Let's
they?
have them.
Don't you think our secretary
Will it be
can
cheaper, wouldn't it?
ring up our favourite ref from Bristol and say, come on down?
No, I doubt it.
Oh, anyway, he was rubbish. So that's the categories. You can enter via Twitter at BigBankPod. X.com. Is that what it's called? X.com now?
Well, it just says X on the thing. I don't really know.
What an idiot. You can enter via email, bigbankpod@gmail.com, Facebook with the Big Bang Theory podcast, or find it on XWeb. But, go for it with the surprises. Go for it,
Well, you
please.
never know.
You'll never know. Anything could surprise us. Like, I don't know, Vinnie Harper and Rakeem Harper start a new band.
Yeah,
Yeah. Called the Harpsichords.
possible. I mean, that is possible, but very unlikely. Because especially as Rakeem has moved to Burton.
They could meet up halfway.
Where is Burton?
Midlands.
There you go, miles away.
Okay, so
Anyway,
do that.
What's
Anyway,
coming up?
So we've got 3 games coming up. So we're not going to have a podcast next week. Sorry, I'm on holiday.
Where are you going?
Kerno. Standard.
Oh, yeah?
Down Mayhenpore, past Falmouth. Very nice.
Yeah.
Where
Enid Blyton wrote some of her best books.
Probably, yeah. So I can get away with it because I'm missing Wycombe away. Fine. Crawley at home is the League Cup match. I'll be back in time for Blackpool at home.
Yeah, so we'll next be doing one of these after the Blackpool home game.
Yeah. So that's 3 games to talk about now.
Yeah.
So Wycombe last year, obviously Gareth Ainsworth left. Where did he go? QPR.
QPR.
And Matt Bloomfield took over. Who's been a Wycombe player his whole career, I think.
Has he?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Okay, they still got David Wheeler.
Yep. They
They've
finished
still got
9th.
Sam Vokes finished 9th in League One last season.
I mean, they've really kind of worked out their level, haven't they? Like, they've done well, considering, like...
Well, they got relegated from the Championship.
Yeah,
season
but that's what I
before.
mean. They're pushing, aren't they?
I think surely they finished 9th last season. They want to kind of do a bit. Surely their aim is playoffs this season, is it?
You think so? Yeah, you think
It's
so.
a weaker division this season, like on
It is.
paper.
Yeah, it is.
So you'd think that they're going to be, they're going to want to start strongly, and they'll also look at this as a winnable match. Like a team. We're still a kind of newly promoted team,
New squad,
and we finished 14th last season. So they will be looking at this. I'd be happy with the draw.
We drew at Lincoln, didn't we? Beginning of last season, away. That was the first game. I'd be very happy with the draw. Wycombe, I think it's never an easy place to go. Obviously, I don't know how much their style shifted since Ainsworth's gone, but we all remember them from years gone by.
Yeah, I've no idea. I imagine, maybe they're not as kind of Ainsworthy as they were, but
He's in the image, isn't he?
probably still similar. I mean, there's still quite a few of the same players there. So
Yeah, of course, one of the clubs in the country with the stupidest nicknames.
the Chair Boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine if you were the chairman of the club.
The chair of the chairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Elias Chair, obviously one of their players.
Yeah, is he still there?
No, I don't think. Was he ever there?
No, I don't know. Am I getting them mixed up with QPR?
Doesn't play.
He was
for
at
them.
Crewe, wasn't he?
Doesn't
Anyway,
play for them.
that's Saturday. I'd imagine we'll take a fair few. First game of the season away. Commutable.
Eminently.
Eminently commutable. Then it's Crawley, Tuesday night at St James Park.
Yeah, this is going to be... most people, I think we'll get a good crowd for that.
Yep. Nice summer's evening.
Tuesday night.
Carabao.
Carabao.
Is it still Carabao this year? Yes, it is.
Yeah. neck a tin of Carabao on the way.
Yeah. Does everyone else? Is it just me? Do you get emails off the EFL offering you like mad amounts of Carabao for cheap prices?
I probably blocked the EFL long ago. So no. What, you can buy like what, 1 can or
No,
like
it's
wholesale?
like 48 cans.
Right.
For like some deal. I never look because I'd imagine it tastes awful, but
Yeah, I'm not really big on energy drinks.
no. Neither is anyone else by the sounds of it because they're trying to flog them cheap.
No, they are, but I don't think they like that one.
Oh, yeah,
Kids
fair
are
enough.
into like Monster, aren't they? And Prime.
Sure, Prime. Now Crawley are having an absolute nightmare. If you're a Crawley supporter, as of course Craig Bratt is.
Is he?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're having an absolute pig's ear.
Well, they've been taken over a couple of years ago by some crypto fellas called
Crypto Bros.
called WAGMI.
Which stands for?
We are going to make it.
We're all going to make it.
We're all going to make it. Stupid
WAGMI.
Web3, whatever that is. It's kind of a weird internet kind of, thing.
What, like Web 3.0?
Yeah.
Right.
That people are always trying to, it's just kind of vaguely kind of like, oh, we're all about innovation and stuff. It's like, yeah, all
Is
of
that
it.
all blockchain and all that
Yeah,
stuff?
and it's like
right,
metaverse kind of stuff. It all just looks shit, and it's basically just kind of like these big companies that did something a while ago, trying to kind of go like, well, honestly, we're the next thing as well. Look, we've got this like 3D world,
Right.
and it's like, this is rubbish. Absolute rubbish. But anyway, their website's quite fun if you go on it. It's all like, and it goes like the team, and then you've got these a massive list of these random people with like kind of cartoon computer game.
Is this the WAGMI website?
Yeah,
right,
rather than Crawley, but WAGMI, the team. And it's just like little like avatars of like, what were they called? The apes. The what were they called? NFTs.
Oh, right. Oh,
all
yeah.
that, and then people, like the names are like G Funk and Snowfro and G Money, Pragmatico, Ethernaut. And these people are like kind of like they own Crawley Town, like it says at the top of that thing. We own Crawley Town, English
Feel
Football
very
League 2.
sorry for those.
And it says, together we're going to take Crawley Town to the Premier League. Not working out so well.
No, it's an
They've got
absolute
about
disaster, isn't
15
it?
players at the moment.
And going through managers like nobody's business, keep selling their best players or loaning out their best players. The players have been writing stuff all last season like about the insanity of it.
Yeah. So for this, I would not be happy with a draw.
No.
I think they're kind of favourites to get relegated from League Two.
They only just clung on last year, didn't they, I think?
Yeah. Things, they're signing the odd player here and there, and they've got that lad who used to be at Cardiff. What was he called again?
Ooh.
A striker. Used to play for Argyle. Whatever his name is. Anyway. Him.
Okay. Oh, you mean at Newport?
Sorry, yeah, Newport. Yeah.
Dom Telford.
Dom Telford.
Yeah,
Got
yeah.
him, I think, yeah. And he's a goal scorer. But, yeah, got to beat them. And that'd be nice, wouldn't it? Through to the next round of the...
Yeah. And that's when the championship teams come in, isn't it? Second round.
Is that right?
Well, that's when we played Fulham, didn't we, a few years ago?
Okay.
Yeah. Well, surely that's a winnable game. Surely.
Surely, Crawley.
And then it's Blackpool, Saturday week.
The first proper home game. Well, first League One home game.
Yep.
Blackpool Town.
Relegated last year.
Yeah. Another team we've got lost to in a playoff final. And the list for that is pretty long, isn't it? But
It is. They were 2 years in a row, weren't they? Blackpool and Coventry.
Yep.
Ooh.
So they're back down into League One.
Critchley's their manager. Remember him, Neil Critchley? He's been there quite a while.
Recognise the name.
Got them
but
promoted.
no.
He was Klopp's under-18 manager. Do you remember when Liverpool went and played in the World Cup?
Oh, yeah.
And he had to run...
They had another fixture.
They had another fixture,
Yeah.
and so he ran the under-18s team. That was the Louis Barry
Okay.
year.
Was he there last season, or was he just taken over? Or he got them relegated?
No, he got them relegated, but he also got them promoted the year before.
Okay.
So they're obviously clinging on to him.
Yeah.
No particular players of no one I'm familiar with. Again, they'll fancy their chances, but they're not. They're not like a Derby County or a Sheffield Wednesday, are they?
No, but it's a tough start to the season. That, bearing in mind, we don't really know what we're going to be like based on that kind of like various pre-season performances. Which even if you had a steady squad, that you'd kept maybe the squad together, you wouldn't be able to take too much from the pre-season friendlies. We've got like so many new players. and we've had various results, judging from varying from kind of like 0-0 draws to getting battered to
Yeah.
Getting beaten but looking quite good. So
Yeah, it's going to take a while for them to bed in, isn't it? No doubt.
yeah, so it's a tough start. In a way, it's sort of having two teams that we're probably expected to lose to as the first two games of the season. I'm just talking about the league here.
Yeah.
Like, really, we're probably expected to lose to both those two teams.
But
I don't think we necessarily will. And last season we took points off plenty of teams like this. But it's not the end of if we do say we lost them both, it wouldn't be like a disaster. So say we were playing two teams that we were considered ourselves to be better than, or more winnable matches, and we right at the start of the season and we weren't quite ready for that, and we lost them or dropped points. That'd be worse start, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So I don't think. Yeah.
My concern
if we got 2 points from those first two league games,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be that. I'd be all right with it.
Yeah, absolutely. My concern is, as it always is, like, don't feel like Caldwell's yet at a place where people will just be like, oh yeah, fair enough, do your best. I feel like they'll be on his back. I feel like,
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Like I think if we do lose both the games, people start to get a bit kind
Yeah.
of annoyed.
And also, if we're not scoring,
Even though I don't think we should.
No, I agree. I think
Scoring again, yeah, that's another thing. If we're not scoring goals, but
now there's still rumours of some new players coming in. So Luke Harris is at Fulham. He's another midfielder.
yeah, he's a very attacking midfielder.
Yeah, okay.
From what I was reading about him, I mean, he's another one. He's sort of at the Stano stage of his career, where he played 4 times for
Right.
Fulham
Okay.
first team last season, and then most of it in the under-23s. He scored loads of goals and quite a few assists as well. And I think it sort of seems that he kind of like sometimes he's a bit more of a 10. I think rather than a midfielder. I think that's kind of where he. And I think some of the time he might have even played as a kind of like, second striker kind of thing. So
Right.
it might be that he's, for one of those positions. If we, like from what Caldwell was saying, it looks like maybe that formation might kind of be a bit flexible depending on who we're playing against. But
Sure.
I think he'd be one of the positions behind Nombe, whether that's in a 1 or a 2.
There's also still rumours that Stansfield may come back. Don't know what.
Well, he hasn't gone anywhere else yet,
No.
so I suppose that's still, possible. Obviously, the transfer window is open till the end of the month. isn't
Yes.
it? So, it's end of August.
End of August, yeah.
So there's a while for things to happen even after the season started.
Yep.
Obviously, remember, Stansford didn't arrive till the day after the transfer window last year. So we'll see. And then who's the other one?
Da Costa is this rumoured.
Julian Da Costa.
So he's been training with us, trained around the county a bit, some other clubs.
Yeah, he played a match for us in he played for us as a trialist in one of the things. I think he also went and trialled somewhere else, maybe Tiverton or Taunton or something.
Right, okay.
And then apparently he's been back again this week. So, but that's in the wake, obviously, of Jake Caprice leaving. In the meantime, that's happened. So perhaps he's because he's a bit of a right. I think he's a right-sided guy, isn't he? So.
And then there's still the rumour that we know that Charlton put in an offer for Nombe. 500,000, we're told.
Yeah, well, this was a big drama in the week just gone, wasn't it? That Nombe was going to go.
Yes.
And it was like, and some of the usual kind of sources were suggesting it's happening, and then it seemed to be that it wasn't true, and then the club used him in a couple of like pre-match kind of things, and then obviously they had the fans forum with Caldwell, which we haven't really touched upon, but he basically said, he's not going anywhere at the minute.
Yeah. Said there was no truth to the rumour.
Right.
So, yeah. I mean, there'll still be some changes, won't there? There's definitely some more people coming in, I'd imagine.
Yeah, what do you think? What do you think we need? I think we probably need another striker. Even
I think we need another.
I think
striker.
It depends. What? Yeah, maybe they're thinking of Harris as that, but I think that we need another option instead of Nombe. And I don't think he'd be that.
Have you heard the other rumour?
No.
Kieran Phillips.
Oh yes, that's another big one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Kieran Phillips.
So you remember he was with us promotion season?
Yes, scored. I can't remember who it was against, but he scored a very valuable winner.
Yes.
In one of the last games.
Didn't have a lot of time on the pitch, to be honest. Looked a bit lightweight and young. Had a good season last season.
I think he scored on his first game for us, didn't he? He came in January, didn't he, on loan? I think he might have scored in the first game.
Scored a bit later on, didn't he?
Yeah, and then it's a bit up and down. Obviously, like I said, did score that very important goal for us.
So he's a Huddersfield player, isn't he?
Yeah, but then
So
last season he was on loan at Morecambe.
That's right.
No, they're suggesting this is might be a permanent. For
Oh,
us.
really?
But I think he scored 27 goals in 20 games, but then got injured and was out for the whole second half of the season.
Right.
So, it looked like he was really improving last year, but then obviously had this injury. So I don't know, but that groom keeps going. Say we had him in an ideal world. If we're signing him, I would like Stano as well.
Yes.
And the other matey, Luke Harris, and then I think okay, we're kind of covered. I mean, all these people are young; they haven't got that much experience, but I feel like we're covered positionally at least.
So he only was at Morecambe till January, but he scored 7.
Because he got injured.
Yeah. So 7 goals in 20.
It's pretty good.
Pretty good. Only played 11 times for us. He was at Walsall before that, if you recall, and scored 4 times for them. So I don't think he's the... Some people are kind of equating him to Zanzala. I don't think he was that kind of player. I think he's got more about him.
Well, he's younger than him as well. So, I mean, if Sam Nombe was leaving and we were replacing him with Kieran Phillips, then no one would be happy about that.
No.
Would you be happy about that?
No. So we're going to need some strength, aren't we? Up top, I think.
I think so.
Apart from that,
well,
job done?
Depends on the right back situation, doesn't it? If it is Da Costa, again, we do have 2 players in that position there. Then with Rankin and him, but if that doesn't materialise, I think we definitely need another one of them. We need 2 right-sided players, given how much
Store
emphasis.
We put in that,
yeah, exactly, and the fact that Rankin has only ever played youth team football.
Yes,
he's played in the Papa
Pizza
John's.
Cup, yeah. Okay, let's see. Well, we'll be back in crumbs 2 weeks. Bit less than.
Couple of weeks, yeah.
So bear with us on that. Keep getting those entries in for your prediction competition.
Yeah, you got till up until essentially 1 minute to kick off on Saturday.
Yes.
Yeah. Any entries after that? Well, no one will do that. So.
Yeah, because that'd be cheating. And you're not those kind of people, we know.
Some of them probably are.
Some of our listeners are cheaters.
Bound to be.
Wow.
Get loads of listeners.
Wow.
Chance of 0% of them ever being a cheater. Incredibly low.
I had more faith in your listeners, but now you've let me down.
So, okay, say there's I don't know how many people we get. Let's say, for example, 300 people listen to an episode.
More.
You think none of them have ever cheated?
I reckon they're good. They're good eggs.
No chance. Most of them are dicks.
No. I'm standing up for you, listeners. Our listeners are considerably higher than 300, let me tell you.
Oh, okay. Well, that's nice.
Anyway, thanks for listening, or however many of you there are. Many. Multitudes. We'll be back 12 days or so. Enjoy. Well, I'm asking myself to enjoy my summer holiday, but enjoy yours too.
You enjoy your summer
I
holiday.
will,
the rest
thank
of it, I mean, the weather's shit, isn't it? So no one's enjoying it that much.
I think it's going to be nice at the weekend.
Really?
That's what they're saying.
Well, I believe it when I see it.
All right.
Yeah, and you won't be there, but I will be somewhere just perfect on Tuesday night.
Yeah, watching the WAGMIs get thumped.
Eating one of their new hot dogs for sale.
Okay.
I won't be eating one of them because,
Yeah.
because of my dietary requirements, but someone, maybe you'll be enjoying a hot dog out there.
Good luck to you all. Thanks for listening, everyone. My name's John. I've been here with my friend and colleague Dan.
Cheers.
See you soon.